Hello and welcome to Sunshine Fitness. My name is Sally and in today's session we are all about balance. So I'm really excited to do this session because balance is something that is essential for all of us, but an area that many people feel like they're not good enough at. And so this is the first video in this series that we are going to start looking at building up strength in our bodies and confidence in our minds so that we can balance well and that we can therefore enjoy life and all it has for us with confidence, knowing that we can meet it head on. So for today's session, all you're going to need is one, possibly two chairs if you want to hold on to one whilst having one behind you, some water to stay hydrated. As always, a glamorous assistant is always optional. So please start by sitting down, and we're going to be doing this session started off in the chairs and then we're going to come to standing so that, as I say, we can build up key muscles in our ankles, in our knees and in our hips. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to take a deep breath in and out. Lovely. I just want you to start by marching your arms. That's it. We're just going to get the blood moving around the body. That's it. Lubricating joints in the upper body. Excellent stuff. Lovely. Let's just take another breath in as we do this. And out. Excellent stuff. Okay, we're going to pause the upper body and then we're just going to get the legs moving. And we're going to aim to keep sitting nice and tall, as always, shoulders up, back and down, maximizing that oxygen intake, helping our spines to stay nice, strong and erect. You can pop your hands on your hips. That's it, breathing. It's really going to start feeling the heart rate going up now. Lovely. Okay, with me now, take a deep breath in and out. Excellent stuff. Now, we're going to go for it. So we're getting arms and legs moving. That's it. Fantastic. Really preparing our bodies for the session that is ahead. That's it. Waking those limbs up, getting ourselves nice and alert. Superb. Okay, pause there. We'll be nice and warm. We're just going to do some little taps out. Just tap the toes in front. That's it. Tapping. Right and left. Excellent stuff. Okay, and then we're going to take the legs out and in, out and in. So this starts to wake up the hips a little bit because we will be doing some hip exercises today. So whilst we're sat here, we're just going to begin to do some hip work. Let's just do one side. Out and in, out and in, out and in. Last one, and then we're going to change legs. That's it. So to the other side, out and in. Sitting nice and tall. Lovely. One more for me. And then again we go out and in. Even this is a bit of coordination going on here. So as ever, don't worry. It's the movement that matters, okay? That's what matters. So just keep those legs out and in. Fantastic. Pause there, and then just some heel taps, okay, because we want to get the feet ready for weight bearing and movement. So keep those toes glued to the ground, lift and lower the heels, as we're going to be doing some weight bearing on toes and then on heels. So keep your heels now glued to the floor and tippy tap on those toes. That's it. Excellent. Again, try not to give in to the rounding. Sitting nice and tall. Out and in. Out and in. That's it. Get those ankles nice and mobile. And then with just one foot, circle round one way. And then we're going to take it back the other way. Lower that foot down and lift up the other. Excellent stuff. And back the other way. Superb. So we're nearly getting ready to stand. Bring the feet under and just peel away your back from the back of the chair. We're going to do a few bottom walks here, okay? So this again is looking at the hips and we're mobilizing the hip area. Okay, so getting rid of stiffness there. And you're basically lifting one side of your bottom and then the other, walking backwards and forwards. And again, this really can help get the heart rate up. You don't have to be standing just to like work hard. We can actually do it from a chair. Okay, last one. So we're not coming to the edge of the chair where we feel precarious, like we're going to fall off, okay? But we've just taken our back away from the chair. So from here, we are going to do some sit to stands. Now, I want to show you a couple of ways of doing these. So just bear with. I'm going to turn my chair so it's easier for you to see. And this is where I mentioned about having a second chair. If for whatever reason, you're feeling a little unstable on your feet today and just getting up from a chair just feels like a lot of hard work, you can use a second chair, okay? So the sit to stand, okay? I'm going to show you how to perform it without the second chair and with it. So I start by placing my hands either on my hips, across my chest, or on my thighs, okay? And I'm facing forwards and I just feel my heels on the ground, okay? And I bring my heels underneath my knees. And what I'm looking to do is take my nose over my toes, okay? So I just extend out of the lower back, my nose over my toes. And I just think about the weight pressing into my heels, and then I'm just going to put all my weight into my heels and press up to standing. To sit back down, I just check that the back of my legs are against the chair, and then I slowly sit back down. Okay, so it's using all the key muscles in the legs and glutes here. Okay, so that's it, nose over toes. What we want to avoid here is looking down, because where we look, we tend to head, and we don't want to head down there. So I look forward, take my nose over my toes, bear the weight into the heels and push up. Okay, so please carry on with 10 sit to stands. For those that would feel more comfortable with the second chair, you just bring the second chair towards you, okay? And then again, this is going to be helping to strengthen your upper body as well. So you just grip the chair with both hands. Again, don't look down. Keep your eyes looking forward as much as possible, or at least over the lip of the chair. And then press into the heels and use the hands, squeeze your bottom and push yourself upright, okay? Check that the chair is immediately behind you. Grip the chair in front and lower back down. And I'd like you to do 5 of those, 5 to 10, okay? So what we're doing here is we're building up muscle in our bottoms and in our legs. And we're just working the joints in the knees. We're weight bearing onto the heels, onto the ankle joint. Excellent stuff. Superb. I'm going to do 2 more. Lovely. Breathing all the way through. 1 more. Excellent. Okay. So it's great to do those. I'd say if you can do 10 altogether 3 times a week, that will really set you off to a good start. Okay, I'm just going to pop this to one side for now. Okay, so we are now at a point of standing. I am going to keep my chair to one side so that it doesn't block my legs. Also, if you have the chair in front of you, you can end up, when we start moving, kicking the chair, which isn't going to help, okay? So move the chair a little further forward if you need to, so your legs are away from it. And you can either grip the chair with both hands, with the fingertips. We're going to stand up tall, okay? And we're going to march. Lovely. That's it. Superb. Standing nice and tall. Fantastic. Now, you could still have that other chair behind you, just for that sense of confidence that there is that chair there. That's it. Nice and tall marching. Now, stop, take the chair to one side, and then gripping the chair with the hand, we're going to start marching again. That's it. Lovely. Now, knees are going up and down. This is great in terms of just getting the muscles working, the heart rate up. Pausing there. Fantastic. Okay, now, bringing the chair, keeping it either to the side or back in front of you, fingertips resting on the top. We're going to lift up onto our toes and lower down. Lift and lower. So what we're doing here, that's it, is stretching through the calf muscle on the back of the lower leg. That's it. Working through the feet and strengthening our toes. Because we really want strong feet in order to be able to balance well and walk with confidence. So that's it, lift and lower. We're doing 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep breathing. 3, 2. Now, if you can on this last one, hold it up for 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Have a little rest. Just move your knees. Now, you may well have felt that deep within the bottom, okay? Those muscles were working hard, okay? That's brilliant. And you can use the chair as well just to keep you upright as much as possible. So you can press onto that to stand tall, okay? We're going to do another 8 of those, okay? Strong feet. Here we go. Head tall, up we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and again, we're going to hold at the top. Hold for 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Excellent stuff. Okay, so that's the front of the foot that we've just been weight bearing on. We're now going to weight bear on the back of the foot. So I'm going to do this from the side so it's easy for you to see me. Okay. So this again is about having a nice stretch down the back of the calf, okay? And the reason we want to do this is that when we walk, we have a nice heel toe action, okay? Because actually when we don't lift the front of our feet up well, we end up shuffling, and that's where we can end up making ourselves more likely to trip up over something, okay? So here, I'm just going to hold my chair and just lift and lower my toes, okay? So I can feel that movement down the back of my leg as I put my weight into the heels, okay? And I can really feel it also down the front of my leg. Breathe through and pause there. Excellent stuff. Now, again with the hands, you may just want to use your fingertips, 2 fingers, or if you're feeling super confident today, hands on the hips, okay? So, standing tall, we're going to do 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then let's hold this last one for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Remember why you're doing it. You want to be able to pick your toes up well as you walk. Feet can be naturally very lazy, and that's why, again, we trip, because we will just scuff the front of them because they won't naturally just want to lift well. So we're exercising to get those muscles in between, you know, the feet, the toes, all nice and strong, so we lift and lower. We're going to do another 8 of those. Hands on the chair if you want. Nice and tall, lift and lower. So we're doing it this quite a slow pace. That's it. 4 more to go. 3, 2, and last one. Hold up. Breathe. 2, 1, and relax. Excellent stuff. Okay, so nice bit of work there on the feet. Excellent. What we're now going to do, you can put the chair in front of you or keep it to the side. but we're going to start to shift our weight from foot to foot. So this is a little bit of dynamic balance here. So we're moving, okay, from foot to foot. Both feet are staying in contact with the ground, okay, but again, I'm keeping my head up and I'm sort of throwing myself off balance a little bit. And again, this is really great for strengthening the muscles in the back of the leg. Excellent. And in the feet. We want that nice movement and flexibility in the feet. Now, if you want to, you can start to lift one foot off the ground as you go, okay? So balance is as much also about confidence that I can do this, and this is a safe space to practice. That's it. Lovely. So nice clear area that we're doing this in, and relax. Okay, so we're starting to engage those hips there as well. Really good. Okay, so again, just pause there for a moment. Do have some water if you need it. Okay. Standing tall, we're going to do another 8. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Okay, bringing those feet together, just shuffle those knees. Any time that you just want to sit down, please do, okay? Feel free to pause or just watch what we're doing. Okay, so to demonstrate what we're doing now, we're going to lift one leg at a time. So we're going to go into a slow march. We were doing that in the chair, we're now doing it standing. That's it. Excellent. So we're just nice slow march, lifting the knees as high as you can. Okay, because again, when we walk, we want to make sure that we can, when we encounter steps and stairs, that we will climb to the summit well. So we're strengthening the muscles in the legs, in the lower abdominal area. And as you lift your leg, lift your toes. Always looking to lift those toes, strengthen those feet. Excellent. Okay, pause there. Superb. Shoulders back. Just tuck the tailbone under ever so slightly. And we're going to go into our first static balance. So nice and still, just lifting up that one leg. Okay. And again, the toes will naturally drop. Let's lift them up and hold them there. Breathing in, you can keep a little soft bend in the standing leg, and let's pop that down because you're probably feeling it already, I am. Okay, shoulders back. We're going to do 3 more of these. Lifting up that leg and lowering. Trying not to hold our breath for 2 more. That's it, and 1 more. Excellent stuff. And back down. Lovely. Changing to the other side. Superb. So, standing foot is on the floor as we lift up the other leg, lifting up the toes at the same time if we can, and just lifting that knee as high as you can. We're going to do 1 more, and then lower back down. Excellent. Move those knees around, and we're going to repeat that on both sides. Okay, off we go. First leg again. So, standing tall for 4, 3, 2, and let's see if we can just hold it up here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Breathe through. Excellent stuff. Okay, changing sides. Ready? Nice and tall. 4, 3, lift that foot up, lift the toes up. 2, and 1. Excellent stuff. So we're going to do this 1 more time because we really want to concentrate here now on the balance side. So if you've been gripping your chair and it started to feel quite comfortable, maybe just go to 2 fingers or 1, okay? So off we go. First leg, last time. We're going to hold it on that last lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Excellent. Okay, so last leg, last time. 2 fingers, 1 finger, or gripping the chair. Whatever you feel comfortable with, challenge yourself, but we're still looking to feel safe. Okay, off we go. Tummy's in, nice and tall, for 4. Lifting that knee as high as you can, for 3. Well done. 2, and then we're going to lift and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Excellent stuff. Oh, superb. Okay guys, so really good work. Let's just have a little stretch here so we can hold onto the chair, soften the knees, and we're just going to lift the arm up and over. That's it. Lovely. And then you can turn the other way and stretch the other arm out. That's it, just bringing some length back down the body. And then you can repeat that on both sides. Reach, stretch, and lower, and change side. Reach, stretch, and lower. Lovely. Excellent stuff. Okay, so now we're going to go for a standing hip opener. So what this looks like is a lifting of the leg as we were just doing. We then open up the knee to the side, opening up the hip, bring it in and down. We're going to do one side at a time, okay? So again, please make sure the chair is to the side of you right now. So let's lift, open, in and down. Lift, open, in and down. Excellent. For 3, 1 more. That's it. And rest it there. And you will feel that in the hip, okay? So that's the muscles connecting our leg to our torso, okay? We want to keep those mobile, we want to keep them flexible. So excellent work there. We're going to change sides by changing our chair to the other side of us. That's it. Standing nice and tall, tailbone tucked under. That's it. It just keeps the spine in a nice neutral position. Bearing weight on the standing leg, lift up your other leg with the toes lifted if possible. That's it. And again, how far you open your leg, it's okay, it's brilliant. We're making a start. Think about where you are today, and as you keep doing these exercises, those muscles will begin to stretch and you'll be able to open the leg further, okay? Superb. And rest after this one. Excellent, just work those knees through. So we're going to repeat those exercises again. Lovely, just take a moment as you change the chair to the other side of you. And we're going to stand tall, we're going to put a smile on our face. We just feel our toes on the ground there, lifting up the foot. Lifting up the foot and the leg, open and down. So we're going to do another 4. That's it. Another 3. Superb. And now for these last couple, lift up the arm, open, in and down. Up, open, in and down. Lovely, changing sides. Okay. And again, just thinking about the grip, 2 fingers, 1 finger, bearing weight on the standing leg, and then lift the leg and open, in and down. That's it. Up, out, in and down. Bring in that arm if you wish to. Lovely. Very nice, graceful move. But again, it's just getting that whole body involved in the movement. Getting that shoulder working. This is your last one. You'll be pleased to know. And rest there. Excellent stuff. Balance can be quite hard work, but that's it. We train hard and we practice well here so that when we go out there, we feel confident moving around in our environment and world. Okay, so movement forwards here. We're going to be working on this part of the leg in particular, okay? So we're going to lift the knee as we did at the beginning, and then you're going to reach your foot towards me, bend the knee and lower down. Now we're going to alternate sides here, okay? And again, if you can, take the hand off the chair, okay? Take it nice and slowly, keep that head lifted. The chair is there if you need it. That's it. And this is why also it's nice to wear flat shoes. because right now your standing toes are working very hard to balance you. They're not squashed in a tight trainer. They can really spread out, which just increases the area that you are stood on and aids with greater balance. Your toes are working hard, building up muscles. Excellent. That's it. Staring at something in front of you, really important. Your eyes help act as an invisible limb. Okay, you stare at that point that doesn't move and it will help you keep your balance. Okay, let's just have a sip of water. Move the knees. Heart rate may be high right now, so just pause. Excellent stuff. Okay, so we're nearly there. Okay, we are going to lift the knee again. We're going to do 4 lift and extensions on one leg. Okay, standing nice and tall, tailbone under, protecting that lower back. Lift and then press your foot towards me, in and down. Now you don't have to put the foot down. You can challenge yourself to keep the foot off the floor. You can also lift up the arm as you do this move. So lift, extend, in and down. There's a lot going on here, okay? Well done, but that's why we're doing it. It's to strengthen our walk. Superb. And our balance. Again, you can just pop the hands on the hips. Last one, and rest it there. Wiggle it through. Whew. What can seem very simple when you slow it down is very intense. Okay, 4 more on the other leg. Firm standing, soft knee, shoulders back. Lift that leg, extend towards me, in and down. That's it. Up, out, in and down. You could have the arm moving again. I'm doing the opposite arm. I'm letting go of the chair here, but you can keep that hand on the chair and you can always do the arm on the same side. Last one, and down. Excellent stuff. You can see if you do this 3 times a week, you soon build up that muscle strength in your legs, which is so important in terms of the balance and the walking well. Okay, so improving our balance. We're going to do a tightrope walk right here, okay? So to do this, I'm just going to turn to the side so you can see my feet. I have one heel in front of my toes. I could have the chair directly in front of me or to the side, and what I'm aiming towards is taking my hands off the chair and putting the arms out to the side, tightrope style. But I'm starting off just getting a feel of my feet. Again, I'm looking for allowing that full range of movement around the toes onto the ground so I can feel nice and steady, standing tall, reduce my grip on the chair, a couple of fingers, 1 finger on each hand. You may want to stay here, that's perfectly fine. If not, take one arm out to the side, relax it, breathing through, that's it. And then take the other arm out and stare at that point, stare, stare, stare. Okay, and just allow that movement in your ankles and feet. That's perfectly normal. Your body is working hard. It's strengthening your ankle joints. This is so important and so good. Breathe and relax. Excellent. Okay, change feet. So again, you may prefer to have your feet, so one is just slightly in front of the other, or they're both side by side. Okay, so different options there. You can all do it side by side, slightly staggered, or full tightrope. Okay, again, just get comfortable in that position. Hover the fingers over the chair so you can grip the chair if you need. Just allow that movement in your feet and ankles. Don't be afraid of it. They're adjusting. That's it, they're working hard. And then again, if you wish, take one arm off and then the other. And breathe here, knowing that thankfully you're not on the high wire and you don't have to worry about the safety net catching you. Okay, excellent. And down. Let's repeat that once more, because this really is how we build up that strength in our ankle joints. Okay, and in our feet. So just breathing, hovering the fingers, if you wish one arm, and if you wish two arms. Relax those arms, aiming to keep the head lifted. And bring the arms down, change legs, change feet. Again, side by side, staggered or full tightrope, hovering the fingers. And as you keep doing this, you will get better. Your body is an amazing, amazing thing, and it will adjust. It will grow in strength as you keep leading it to. Excellent stuff. And come back down. Well done. That is amazing. Okay, so what we're going to do is staying in this position here as Kitsune has picked up on a scent and is trying to pursue it. Okay, standing tall, we're going to soften one leg and we're going to lift the other leg behind us. Lifting that leg behind us. Try not to tip the body forward as you do this. Okay, I'm looking towards the floor a few feet in front of me, and I'm lengthening down the front of my body here as I squeeze and contract my buttock on each side. Again, strong bottoms matter, they really do. It's what helps us get up. Gets up off the toilet, up off the chair, even up out of the car, off the bed. So that's what we're doing here. We're squeezing and contracting. Now, in terms of balance, because this is what we love, a bit of dynamic balance, we're working one set of muscles, but we're also going to work the balance, okay? So I may well hover my fingers off the chair. Now, as we do this, we will just do one leg at a time, okay? So lifting one leg. Fingers are hovering. That's it. We're going to do 4, 3, 2, and last one. Lovely. Just shimmy that out. Excellent. And then we're going to change to the other side. So you may want the hands on the chair, hovering, or you could have a go at popping the hands on the hips. That's it. Keeping that neck and shoulders nice and relaxed. We're lifting for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And it's okay if your feet tap the ground in between. But again, what we're doing is we're strengthening that ankle joint, which is so important. Lovely. Okay. Last set of the sort of static dynamic balances here. So we're staying in one place, but we're still moving, is to the side. So soften that standing leg. And this is a little bit of hip work here, okay, on the outside and on the in, which again, doing some hip work, we really want to strengthen that whole area around the ball and socket, those muscles around the hip joint, okay? Excellent, we want that movement, flexibility, superb. We're going to do 4. Please put your foot down in between if you prefer. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to change sides. Have a breath. Okay, standing nice and tall. Soften that standing leg with just a slight bend. Tall backs, shoulders back. Excellent, lifting that leg to the side. We're going to do 5 more. 4, 3 more. Last 2. Can really feel that in the standing leg. 1, and relax. Well done. Excellent. We're going to do one more set of those, just upping the ante a little with the balance. Okay, so we're getting the strength work in, okay, lifting and lowering the leg, working into the hip joint, but we also want the balance. So if you can this time, fingers are reduced on the chair, hovering, hand is hovering, or 2 fingers, 1 finger, or hand on hips. Okay, I'm going to hover, so weight into the leg that is doing the weight bearing. I'm going to lift. That's it, we're doing 6 more. Slow and steady. 5, 4. Breathing for 3, 2, toes are pointing towards me. 1, and relax. That's it, wiggle those hips out. Last set, okay. Well done. Shoulders back, slight bend in the standing leg, and lift and lower. So I'm going to hover that hand again for 8, 7, 6, toes towards me if you can, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and relax. Excellent stuff. Okay, so to finish, we're going to give ourselves like a celebratory walk, okay? So, hand is on my chair and I'm literally just going to do a lap of my chair. Keeping my head lifted, not looking to the ground, okay? This is a position that we're going to work our way out of as we lengthen our muscles and get strong in our bodies, okay? So I'm just going to keep my hand on the chair, trying to keep my head lifted, not stand on the dog, and walk around. Now I've just realized my water bottle is in the way, so please make sure as you do this that your space is nice and clear of dogs and bottles. Okay, now I'm going to do that going the other way, so just give your head a moment because we don't want to cause any dizziness. So trying to keep the head lifted. You can look at the ground if you need to, but just trying not to round the neck and the shoulders. That's it. Okay, that might seem nice and easy. We're now going to do it on tiptoes. We're going to put what we've been learning and training into practice. Okay, so this is strengthening our feet. This is improving our balance, because if we can do this, walking is a doddle. So up on your tiptoes. Now, if you want to, just march on the spot where you are, okay? Otherwise, we're heading off around the chair on your tiptoes. It has the ability to make one feel incredibly elegant, walking around on your tiptoes. Lower down, that's it, and we're going to go back the other way. So up on your tiptoes, walking around. This is how you can impress your friends when they invite you over for tea and they lead you where to sit. Approach your chair with decorum and elegance. Lovely. Okay, this next one, not so much decorum and elegance. Trying not to look like a penguin. So we are going to go onto the heels. Now, again, if this is not comfortable for you, please just stay by the chair, lifting the toes. That's it. So we're really working on those ankles, lifting those feet, getting that strength into the toes. But if you can, we're going to take small steps around our chair with our toes lifted, weight bearing into those heels, okay? This is so good for just building up some bone density as well, okay, which is really the second part here of balance, because sometimes if we do lose our balance, we want to make sure that our bones are nice and strong. Okay, so we did both ways there. How does that feel? Excellent, well done. Okay, last one and you are finished this video. Okay, we are going to tightrope round. Now, please, if you don't want to do it around the chair, just stand and practice holding your form, head lifted, that's it, and you can change your feet as we change direction. So otherwise, come with me, keep your head lifted, hand is on the chair or hovering as you heel toe around your chair. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Excellent. If you're static, change your feet over, otherwise we are going back the other way. That's it, heads lifted, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Breathing as you go. Fantastic. This is very fun if you do find yourself able to invite a friend or two over and do it together, okay? It's like finishing school that we never had. Okay, that was amazing. That is everything. That was excellent stuff. Okay, let's just finish with a little stretch and a deep breath. So now you get to practice your ballet skills. So your chair is in front of you. We're just going to turn our toes out, soften your knees as you breathe in, reach over and down. Now I'm going to do the other arm. It doesn't matter how far you lift that arm up. Just breathe in, stretch from the front of the body and down. And again, other side. And down. Beautiful. And reach up and across. Excellent. And now I'm just going to change my chair so you can see me. One foot in front of the other. Hold the chair if you wish. Lift up the opposite arm to the leg that is in front and change legs. So we're just stretching down the front of the body here, stretching down the back of the leg. Lift up and down and then change once more. That's it. We just really want to allow the body that moment and time to really relax and allow us a little bit more stretch. Tummy's in, lift up and down, and this one to finish with. I really do enjoy this stretch. So just watching to start with, holding tightly onto my chair. You do have permission to look towards the floor as you move your feet away. And what you will get is a lovely stretch down your back. That's it all the way. Just relax, relax. Just allow yourself a moment there. That's it. Pitter patter the feet back in. We're going to do that once more. Take the feet away from the chair. That's it. So you stretch all the way down your spine. Lovely. And back. That was fantastic. Okay, please take a seat. Make sure back of the legs to the front of the chair as you lower yourself down. Okay, well done. Let's just have a moment to relax because you've worked really hard today. So, just sinking into your chair, aiming to keep your chest lifted so you can breathe in. Close your eyes. You can squeeze every muscle in your body as you breathe in, tightly, 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 every muscle, and relax. Keep those eyes closed as you squeeze through your feet, your legs, your bottom, your tummy, your shoulders, hands, and relax. And I'm just going to say a short prayer for you. Father, I just thank you for today. I just thank you, Lord, for just our beautiful bodies and all the movements that you give us to keep them strong and flexible and mobile. Lord, I just pray your blessing upon everybody who is watching this video. Lord, I just pray that they will stick with it, that they will just keep practicing these movements and then just be blessed with strength in their ankles, hips, knees, wrists, Lord. And that they will just enjoy the life that you've given them, the plans that you have for them, with strong, mobile and well-balanced bodies. In Jesus' name, amen. See you next time. God bless.